watch the TV screen. Ky and Spider laughing loud, making quite a scene. Honeybee, she sneezes, laughter fills the room. Kahuna Nui steps in, chases all the gloom. Catalano TV, fun times, every blue spits alive. Friends just being who they are, stars under the same sky. Spider flips the channels, Kahuna Nui stays close. Joey strums guitar strings, Honeybee feels the most. Laughter echoes endless, stories in the blue. Ky and Honey dreaming, making moments true. Catalano TV, fun times, epic blues riffs alive. Friends just being who they are, stars under the same sky. Laughter echoes endless, stories in the blue. Ky and Honey dreaming, making moments true. Catalano TV, fun times.
And bouquets, beaches, welcome to Ky and Friends show. It is a wonderful Wednesday and a little bit wacky as well. Hope everybody's doing fine out there. Hey, Wave is in here. Gaseous Clay, my dear pink friend. Hope you're doing well. Wave, I like the chat. Thanks, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a great day. It's going to be a wonderful day. It is. It's a nice day over here. It's a little warm. I guess 75 degrees. I mean, for this time of morning, it's not, believe me, that's not warm. But for this time of the morning, 75, it's pretty warm. Being next to a large body of water like Lake Erie, that's a little bit warm for a morning start. But I don't know. We haven't had to turn the air conditioner on a single day yet, and all that is Miss Honeybee says, "Turn on the air." And then it gets turned on, or she turns it on, and well, she hasn't done it yet, so things haven't really gotten that hot. We're pretty blessed here with in terms of the climate. So we do some smart things. You know, we have the windows. As soon as the temperature outside gets below the temperature inside, the windows get opened. That can counteract sometimes if the humidity's super high outside, but it's no big deal. And so as soon as the temperature in the evening gets below outside what it is inside, everything gets opened up, and maybe you'll have an exhaust fan on one window and a blowing in fan on another window. And over the course of the night, the inside temperature will stay closer to the outside temperature as it cools down. Then in the morning, when the temperature outside gets to the same as the temperature inside, everything gets closed. Everything closes up, and then the outside will continue to heat up, and the inside will stay cool. And unless the inside gets to a temperature that's not comfortable for Miss Honeybee, well, the air doesn't get turned on. And here we are past the middle of July, and still no air conditioner needed yet. So I can't complain, man. We're pretty fortunate in that regard. Let us know how hot the summer's been for you, or how cool the summer's been for our Australian friends. I'm delighted to see you in here, Gaseous. And wave a little crosstalk in the chat. Brent Monkhouse, welcome. Look at that. I scared the freaking birds away. Hope you're doing good, Brent. Carry them workers today. I hope you carried them. Got them to do good. Hey, it is the founder of Catalano TV. Great to see you in here, Joey, brother. I hope you're doing well. We got to catch some clips of your show last night, and sound like you're having a fun time, brother. Always great to see you entertaining the folks and the members at Catalano TV. It's going to be a great day, brother. Brent Monkhouse says, them birds have the same diet as you, Ky. No, those are not meat-eating birds, Brent. They are not. I'm not. They are not birds of prey. They are the prey. So the prey prays that it's not prey, if you will. Pray tell. All right, enough of that, prey. Good to see you. Hey, Ram's in here. How you doing, Ram? It's good to see you. Don't forget that this show flows right into the morning show, CC Joe and Kahuna Nui. That's at 9 a.m., everyone. And it flows right into our dear friend and founder, Joey C's show with the Big Kahuna Nui. And there is a little news report to, yeah, Joey, thanks for reminding folks, too. It says hit the like button. Yeah, I don't remember to say that often enough. In fact, yeah, if you hit the like button, it really does go a long way to helping the show. And I know the folks appreciate the show here, and they show their support by giving memberships and supporting Catalano TV in various ways. And we are very thankful for that. But hitting the like button is a big help, too. So if you can do that, that'd be great. Also, if you want to subscribe to Ky and Friends, I'll put that in here as well. Just take me a moment to get the link for that and post that into the chat. The Ky and Friends needs more subscribers. And so we are thankful that our brother, Joseph Samuel, gives us a full-fledged endorsement as well as support for our new channel. So please subscribe there as well. And I'll type that in with one hand, which I never type with one hand. And here we go. Drop that in the chat for the folks. Thanks for reminding the folks to like too, Joey. Really appreciate you, brother. It's my freaking brother, I tell you. Oh, Ram's picking my wife up and holding her for 10 minutes. I don't know. Eggplant Frank's not going to like that, Ram. Like hit, Mr. C. Like hit. Thank you, Weaver. Appreciate that. Yeah, leave a comment. You filthy boss. All right, man. Joey's in a funny mood this morning. I love it. Yep. He's having fun. Kind of reminds me of the comments I see from Scott. You know, Scott will come in, hey, like and subscribe, you filthy scumbags. Or I forget what Scott says, something along those lines. Filthy boss. Oh, man, I love it. Hey, Deadpool's in here. Deadpool, how are you today? Are you doing well? I love the symbol on the icon there. Got like the court jester's triplex hat, so to speak. You know, it's got like 3 horns on it that are, well, I don't know if you call them horns, but they're kind of horns pointed downward, right? Love that symbol. It's good to see you in here. And I might add, a great supporter of Catalano TV. We're so thankful for Deadpool. Deadpool almost single-handedly sent Joey and Mrs. C, all but single-handedly sent Joey and Mrs. C to her first concert to see Van Halen and the tribute tour with Joe Satriani playing guitar. And I want to say Wolfgang was playing bass, and or no, was it Michael Anthony? I forget how I wish Cut of the Jib was here. He'd tell us exactly what the lineup was. But appreciate you so much, Deadpool. And here's the link where you can go and subscribe and find the Ky and Friends show on our channel. And we're trying to boost the subscribers, man. We seem to be kind of stagnating at 63, a long ways from 500, which is where we need to get to, at least in order to be monetized. We appreciate that. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still part of Catalano TV. The morning show is intended to move. There's the Blues Lounge at 6 p.m. Monday and Wednesday that I host. Who knows? Maybe Cut of the Jib will take charge of that. We'll see. He's like, how dare you have a blues show when I'm the blues man? So he'll probably be joining us tonight as well on the Blues Lounge, and that's at 6 p.m. filling the previous time slot for the Alpha Shot Lounge, which is now scheduled at 10 p.m. Miss Honeybee made a nice little thumbnail for that. We did reach out to the commissioner of Catalano TV, Mr. Big Shot, Spider Alomar, whatever you want to call him. And he expressed that he wasn't too thrilled with his image. So we told him, hey, send us an image of yourself that you'd like to see in there, and we'll use your face from that image. So we'll get there. He wasn't too fond of that image. The weird thing is that he sent us that image. So that's okay. We'll figure it out. Maybe people change. They decide they don't like something later on. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll get it. Yeah, and Miss Honeybee, thanks for reminding me. She says, please go to Cut of the Jib, like and subscribe. The Guitar Guys, Rock Talk Live. Cut of the Jib, Christopher, is my go-to source for rock and roll news and information. I just love the details that he brings to stories and the insight he has with he's got a lot of knowledge in that space, and I'm just delighted that he has an exclusive show here on Catalano TV at 4 p.m. on Sundays as well. So yeah, definitely check out Cut of the Jib's channel and subscribe. Great friend of Catalano TV, early supporter of Joey's, just a good all-around person. So please do check out his channel as well. Wave is calling him Papa C. Yeah, Rest. I did, big sister. Little crosstalk in the chat. Yeah. Deadpool says, in the field, working and lurking. Deadfield, what are you doing in the field, man? I know you're not picking produce. Well, maybe you are. I don't know. I know me and Miss Honeybee used to really enjoy gardening. We've done less of it lately. Since I've kind of converted to what's mostly a carnivore. But we used to enjoy having a good sized garden. Now I've still got fig trees and pear trees and pawpaw trees, and so we still and we even got some olive trees. For this climate, it's a little rare, but I bring them inside in the winter. So let us know, Deadpool, if you care to share what you doing in the field, man. Oh, maybe you're plowing. Is that it? Maybe you got some tractors like me? I don't know, Deadpool. I got a 1949 Farmall Cub I rebuilt from the ground up. I freaking love that tractor. Tractors are a lot of fun. And you should see the looks I get when I use the belly mower and cut the grass. Just everybody waves to you when you're on that old tractor. I put electronic ignition in it. However, I fired up by using the crank start on the front of the tractor. Basically put in a gas valve so that I can shut the gas off to the carburetor and let it run out of gas. And this is not something you do with the diesel engine, but it works well to let the tractor run out of gas so that the carburetor needs rebuilding less often. So if you shut it off from the valve, let the tractor run out of gas, it just works out nicely that way. But the one cool thing is that I crank started with it's got the crank on the front of the tractor. And I just turn on the fuel, pull the choke a little bit. I do a soft rotation of the crank. Part of that is to get the oil pump to displace some oil. And then I do on my first, oftentimes on the very first crank, it starts right up. Just kind of a fun old thing. I wonder if Deadpool's got some plows, man, or some cultivators. He might be like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm cutting grass or something. He's lurking out there. Well, crosstalk. Odd work if you can get it, says Deadpool. Spraying, playing chemicals. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see. Deadpool does not want any dandelions, huh? Is that right? Spraying, playing with chemicals. Could be. Could be that Deadpool doesn't want any dandelions, huh? That could be what it's all about. Well, that's cool, man. Hope you don't breathe any of it. And I hope you have a great day. So we've got some interesting news here. And it says, did you hear it? Daylight fireball meteor may have rattled part of New York City. Did you hear this? Daylight fireball meteor may have rattled parts of New York City. Actually, I think that was just Kahuna Nui and the bottle of fireball, and people mistook it for a meteor. I think that's what actually happened there. Oh my God, was that a blast? Kahuna Nui, people been having fun with, and he's got a great sense of humor. He's such a good sport. Terry Nee, our dear friend Terry Nee, has made some video with him playing around and being. He was dancing to, well, I wouldn't say dancing, but he was, was raising his arms and bobbing his head to the music. And on Saturday morning, it was just a great show, and it just made my day when he came in there. We had so much fun. And Terry Nee he's like, okay, man, we're gonna have some fun with this. And he put together some clips along with some separate music, and it was just, man, it was so entertaining. And I was so glad to see that Kahuna Nui's, yeah, it's fine, man, go with it. He's like, he didn't have pride. Actually, he even tweeted it out himself, which is pretty much an endorsement, right? Yeah, he's a great sport. Deadpool's going after beetles and blight. Yeah, it's that time of year, right? Now, blight's a type of fungus, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it? I think it is. There's a fungus among us. I had something that was bothering my one peach tree, and we didn't do anything for it, and it kind of took care of itself. But then it found its way the next year to the pear tree. Or wait, no, I think I have that reversed. It started on the pear tree, and then it just kind of went away, and then had a bumper crop on the pear tree this year. And then it's made its way to the peach tree. So we'll see what happens with that. Hate to see that when you get those things on the plants, but if they can get past it and survive and be healthy, that's great. I've got a couple pawpaw trees. 4 pawpaw trees actually. If you ever had pawpaws, they don't transport well. That's why you'll never see them in a grocery store. Typically, they bruise so easily, and they don't transport well. But Miss Honeybee happens to love the pawpaw. It is one of the fruits that has latex, so I can't have it. But she loves it. It tastes like a banana custard is the best way to describe it. And the seeds from the pawpaw tree is actually the origin for the syrup of ipecac, as strange as that might sound. Something that has a delicious fruit that tastes like banana custard has seeds that they will extract that make you vomit. Well, that's one way to make sure that the seeds get planted, I guess, isn't it? If you eat the fruit and some animal decides to even ingest the seeds, well, then the animal will puke it up in some other location far away from that tree and help to propagate the species of pawpaw. Nature has its own way of doing things. Uh, maybe not according to your will, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, Kahuna is great, man. That was just some awesome video. I had a great day yesterday, Ram. If you're asking me, yeah, I had a great day yesterday. I spent part of the evening broadcasting with Cut of the Jib, a dear friend of mine. We talked politics. He was live streaming some of the RNC. Yeah, we talked about some things. I just had a good time. He's a good friend of mine. I really appreciate these folks. It's weird, we've got a great circle of folks and mutual friends. And you just never imagined you'd have such good friends that you never met. And to me, it's just delightful. After, the experiences of, let's just say 2020 for the subsequent 3 years were, ooh, man, some weird stuff. Stuff that should never be repeated, in my opinion. Hindsight's 2020, right? I hope you had a great day yesterday too, Ram. Let us know, folks. How was your day yesterday? I got some grass to cut. If I'm thinking about what I did last night, I went on with Jib, and I was like, I need to cut some grass. I'm just going to take it a little bit easy this evening. I had a really long day of work yesterday. Got a lot of stuff done, but I got a lot more to do. So that always that's in the back of your mind always, right? So last night I took it easy. And when you run your own business, it's a little different, man. You tend to work at odd hours sometimes because you're trying to get stuff done. You bale that hay when the sun's shining. Yeah. Yep. I think B had a pretty good day too yesterday. Yep. There you go. Brent Monkhouse says, with Richard Simmons passing, will Spider be picking up the slack? He's asking Joey. Yeah, that's a great question, Brent. Maybe Joey will tell us. Is Spider gonna take over the reins from Richard Simmons? I don't know, man. Spider's come out of his shell quite a bit in the last year. But I don't think you're gonna see him doing any exercise videos, if you know what I'm saying. I don't even think we're going to see Spider jumping rope, if you know what I'm saying. Hey, Big Boss in here. Good to see you, Big Boss. You're looking a little less green these days. I hope you're doing well, man. Got the face painting there for, jungle work, so to speak. Deadpool. Kahuna got the moves like Jagger. Yeah, he's got the moves like Jagger, but no sympathy for the devil. He does have the moves, man. I'm telling you, it was a blast. If you must have seen those Terry Nee videos that were put out. I just thought he did a wonderful job. Some of it was sped up, so he's got Kahuna Nui going in fast motion, shaking his head and stuff. And then he's got him in real slow motion with the arms. And he's got him real fast motion. That was just a blast, man. Just great video stuff, and I think it'll actually make for some great clips in content for future intros or outros. It's just fun times at Catalano TV, man. Just easy in for those type of clips. And like I said, did you hear it? Daylight fireball meteor may have rattled parts of New York City. Again, I think that was just Kahuna Nui with that big bottle of Fireball. I think people are mistaken. Here's another story. We'll get to what national day is it, but here's another story we'll talk about. I want you to. Most people are aware that the legacy media, for some reason, really likes to push this agenda on. Let's just say what's going on with our environment. And so here's a story, and I want you to just think about the story, and then what is the intention to convey with this type of story? And just ask yourself questions with what you see in legacy media. For example, here's the story. Melting ice is slowing the Earth's spin and shifting its axis research shows. Now, there is a natural oscillation in the axis of the Earth. Okay, everybody knows that. It's what causes our seasons, right? And also, when something spins, its angular momentum will be conserved. And, well, not everybody knows that. But what that really means, and I'll put it in terms of where everybody can understand. Have you ever seen an ice skater spinning in a circle, and then when they pull their arms in close, they spin much faster? That's what we call conservation of angular momentum. In other words, they have a certain amount of mass, and as they spin at a certain rotational speed, when the mass is distributed across a distance away from the central axis of rotation, there's a certain spin to it. As the mass moves closer in towards the center, which is really essentially the governor principle for vehicles, as the mass moves closer to the center, the rotation will increase because it's conserving angular momentum. So the angular momentum, which is the rotational velocity times the mass, stays the same. So if you move the mass closer to the center, the rotation speeds up to make that same figure equal. Now, I want you to think in terms of Earth. Earth rotates, right? And so if they're saying that the Earth's spin is slowing down, imagine the polar caps, which are on the top of the Earth, melting into a liquid. As that liquid melts, it spreads away from the poles and more closer to the equator, right? You've got more liquid. Liquid levels itself, as we all know. The ancient Egyptians used liquids to measure level from, in the pyramids when they're building them. And so this method of using liquid to level things is known. So, of course, when the polar ice caps melt, there's more water and the water levels rise. But more importantly, the polar water actually travels and it levels out the oceans. And as those oceans become more full, that means there's more water at the equator. And as there's more water at the equator, to conserve angular momentum, the spin of the Earth will slow down a tiny amount until later, when those poles get more snow on them and more ice on them, it will speed up. This is just, and it's fractional. These are like minuscule numbers. And so what is the intention to put out a story like that when it's undiscernible to people? They will notice no differences from it. It's just, it's kind of sad. But if you understand the physics, you laugh at these things. Melting ice is slowing Earth's spin and shifting its axis. Now, is that not fear porn for people to think like the Earth is dying? Just let that one sink in. Anyways, I'm sorry to go on to that one so long, but I think a lot of folks can appreciate the amount of garbage that is thrown at our eyes and ears. And for what purpose? One must ask oneself, what is the purpose of such fear? Oh, we need the government. We need them. If we're so dependent, they'll save us from the Earth's spin. Kahuna got the moves like Jagger. That was the last comment. Joey's cross-creed to Deadfool, who is so kind to Catalano TV. I don't know if he will, but I told Hackride to put the clip of Kahuna waving his arms around over his head into video of a roller coaster. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. That's a good idea. You know what? There's an opportunity there. You can go and do one of the AI tools, for example, like Viggle. Take a video clip of roller coaster footage, and just change the person that is in the video with the Kahuna Nui with his arms up. That could be pretty fun. That's a great idea, Deadfool. I love it. Very good idea. And there's a number of ways probably to do something like that, right? That's just one of many. Catalano TV at Brent Monk. Spider is the new Richard Smith. Okay, people. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yep. Spider. I don't, if he's watching this morning, he's like, "What's this? Call me Richard Simmons? What the hell?" Well, we'll have to see what he says tonight. He's going to be on the Alpha Shot Lounge at 10 p.m., I think, and we'll have to see what he says about it. He's like, "No, no, oh no, 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 no. You're not painting me as Richard. Oh no, I'm not having any part of that." That's what I think he's going to say. He's just whizzing around town now because he's got his electric scooter. He's just happy as can be. I can't blame him, man. Those things are a blast. Waver says, the more you know. I'm not sure what that symbol is there. Oh, maybe it has something to do with the fireball. Meteor. Oh, boy. I got to go back and rewatch the 8 a.m. Fireball Kahuna. Yeah. Yeah, right. I think that was last Saturday's, right? I thought he made my day coming in there, and it was just so much fun. I know he regrets it, but he's such a good sport. He's like, yeah, man, yeah, we can use those clips. Let me see it. Send it to me. Let me know what's going on there. And I think Terry Nee sent it to him, and he's all fine with it, which is, yeah, it's a great sport. That the human condition. And we do things we regret. We make mistakes. And yeah, he had some things to say about it. He felt like he hasn't done that in quite some time. Brent says, like the ancient Egyptians, I also know the power of liquids. I mean, liquor. Yeah, right. They were the first ones to make wine. I don't know if they're the first, but the documentation of them creating wine, I think, is there in terms of hieroglyphics, right? Yeah, I mean, there's history going back in Egypt at least 6,000 years, right? But the more recent knowledge of the first earliest civilization is Göbekli Tepe, which goes back 12,000 years in a southern part of Turkey, not far from Syria. And it is just an amazing site, Göbekli Tepe, which there are there are university professors who want to believe that it was buried intentionally in sand. Now, this is an area much, much larger than a football field, with numerous sites with megalithic stones in central positions. There's basically kind of T-shaped, I guess you'd say, and they've got carving into them, and there's numerous of these sites across what is much larger than a football field. And some ignorant professors want to believe that it was intentionally buried in sand. When you evaluate something like that, you got to see what can be explained more simply than trying to make some ridiculous notion that it's a religious site. They always want to move things to religious this, religious that. It's 12,000 years ago. I mean, it's just naive to me to think that it's completely buried in sand. It's just absolutely insane. When you can explain, like, just what happened in the Minoan. The Minoan lands were buried from a volcanic eruption. And as we all know, well, as many know, when there's a volcanic eruption, the rain washes away all the ash. And what remains is the sand. And so it's a lot more easy to explain that as a volcanic eruption. Now, there's no remains in the area. Well, that could just very well mean that there was so much gas or so much erupted. There were so much problems by the nearby volcanic activity that the people were fearful enough to leave the area, and there is obviously superstition in early peoples, as there is today, and some of which is not, people don't even realize that they may believe in silly things. We all believe in stupid things. We just don't know they're stupid yet, right? Anyways, so they may have left the area because they were fearful. This is the case for Pompeii too. Um, there's people that got out of Pompeii because they didn't like what they were seeing, what they were hearing, what they were feeling in terms of trembling. So this is not unusual. And so if you got like tribal leaders in that area, they're like, let's get out of here. And then if they got out of there and they went somewhere else, who knows? Maybe they went to Tuscany or something, Florence. Who knows where they went? But in the end, they survived, and maybe they went back and saw what happened to the area and said, wow, we sure did make a good decision. So that's the end of my talk on Göbekli Tepe, which is a fascinating place. There's actually some stone carvings that, to me, show the circle of life. You'll have the enormous vultures. You'll have the skull of a vulture, which symbolizes death. You'll have eggs, which symbolizes birth. That's the circle of life. I've heard university professors argue about what the symbolism is of those things and saying it looked like car doors, just all kinds of asinine things that you hear these PhDs rattle off the top of their head with such complete and total, in my opinion, complete and total ignorance for something. If you just analyze it from a standpoint of what's there, and you can see it's like the circle of life. It's plain as day. And tell me that's not something that's on the minds of people. Early times like that. The first carvings really known in terms of megalithic structures. It's an interesting subject to think about and ponder, right? But Brent says, like the Egyptians, he knows the power of liquids, the ones in which he consumes, and so does Kahuna Nui. That's hilarious, man. Yep, some crosstalk in the chat. Hey, my buddy Jerry Lee Hain, how you doing today? He says NYC, New York City, according to Opie, had a fireball meteor with loud bang. Says it disintegrated soccer. Ooh, it. God bless you, honeybee. Honeybee sneezes, just like the song says. Let me read it again. New York City, according to Opie, had a fireball meteor with loud bang. Says it disintegrated soccer ball size. Yeah, the kind of reminds you of like you're familiar with the Tunguska explosion of a meteor in some provinces in parts of Russia. Yeah, those things, if they get hot enough, they get enough friction, when they barrel through our atmosphere, there's enough particles in our atmosphere, that fluid through which they pass, which is the air, creates a tremendous amount of friction. You can see that when the starship re-enters the Earth. You can see the plasma from the heat shields, and that's the same kind of thing they experience from a meteor. In fact, the ship's orientation for re-entry is tailored specifically to make sure that the heat shields are doing their job, so that the craft is oriented properly for re-entry. And well, of course, when you've got a meteor, it's not exactly, it's coming in is whatever way it's coming in, and it's going to get as much heat as it can. It's going to absorb that heat, and once it gets absorbed enough heat, it will explode. And sometimes it will explode above the Earth, and sometimes it will explode after it impacts. And in fact, this is one of the things that I hypothesize about what they found on the moon as caves. I would hypothesize that something impacted the moon that was hot enough. Now, that heat may have mostly been created on impact because there's no atmosphere to speak of on the moon. And so that is a little bit different in that all the heat was probably based on the impact. And the impact really is a result of what high velocity and large mass the object was, and how it was shaped as well. The geometry matters, the speed matters, and the mass matters. And so It probably impacted the moon in such a way with a normal velocity that's directly normal to the surface of the moon, and so created basically a cavern or a cave, so to speak. And while it looks like it's only an open cave, probably because the heat at the impact was so great that it just disintegrated into the environment. The particles, they just turned into a gas, and so you've got an empty hole without the object that impacted it. That's one way to explain it. Or some might even say, "Oh, ancient lava chutes" or something like that. Which I don't know how far back you'd have to go to see that such activities on the moon. There's a lot to be learned about the moon. I really think it's exciting to think we can have a base on the moon. Really, really cool stuff. In fact, one of the things, if that impact site is as it was, maybe the area around it will have less particulate. That's one of the big problems on the moon. It's like if you see one of the SpaceX rockets launch, and you see the plumes during the launch, if you know what the environment's is like on the moon, it is just a lot of particulate, and that's actually a big problem over there in terms of what happens from a launch like that. So thank you for the added information there, Jerry, and my long tangent on the subject. Recently, maybe today or yesterday. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it. It was in my feed for science news. And Big Boss says, I had no idea that Ky had done shows with someone. In hindsight, you two seem like very different people. Maybe that's why I'm guessing it went bad because of. Yeah, we don't even say that name here, actually. I really don't have much to say about it. I treat people in a certain way. And if I don't have anything good to say, I pretty much don't say anything. And so that's all I have to say. It's good to see you here, Jerry. Like, subscribe, lay eggs, and share and repeat. That's right. Lay some eggs. We want some Easter eggs. We want some Easter eggs that we don't know what they're going to do, what the implications can be. I do appreciate you coming in here, though, Big Boss. Very much. I'll add this, Big Boss. Integrity to me is really important. Character to me is really important. And without those things, some things are just not possible. Deadpool, survival of the quickest. Sure, I understand. Let me think about that a little more. Survival of the quickest. I know it's not the quickening. You're not a Highlander, are you? Brent, hate those particulates. Those particulates. Those people from particular. The particulates. They are not a good group, mind you. They remind me of the little people. Just kidding. Sometimes you hear the Irish talk about the little people in such a manner. Hey, we got to give the proper greeting here. Great to see you in here, our dear friend. Guess who? I'll let you take a wild guess at who it might be. Yeah. I see. Donks is not fond of particulate either. That's what he just was articulating there. Articulates of the particulates. Particulates. Good to see you in here, Donks. You are missed, my friend. Delighted you made it in here. It's great to see you. Welcome to Ky and Friends. Miss Honeybees replying to Donk's sounds. It's okay, Donks. It's okay. Everything's going to be just fine. Little crosstalk in here. So you might ask, Ky, why? What national day is it, Ky? Well, I just had an ad with bikinis in front of it and saw some boobs, and now I don't know what I was just going to say. Just kidding. Boobs on the brain. It happens. Sorry, I'm a man. Let's see. National Hot Dog Day. Third Wednesday in July. National Hot Dog Day. I'm going to take a moment to remember our dear friend who was the commissioner of Catalano TV, has now become the Richard Simmons imposter at Catalano TV. So Joey says. I don't want to offend the commissioner of Catalano TV, but Joey says that he's taken over for Richard Simmons, just as Brent Monkhouse's supposition stated. Joey was calling him the weenie washer, the hot dog washer, all that good stuff. And I'm glad that our friend, by the way, the commissioner of Catalano TV, he had like heat exhaustion a few nights ago. They had to take him to the hospital. I'm so glad he's doing much, much better. And now he's zipping around on his electric scooter, so you know he's fine, right? I'm glad. Frickin' love our brother Spider. Just a great guy. And I know Joey loves him like a son. Just a great dude. So National Hot Dog Day, third Wednesday in July. All righty. I might pass on the hot dogs. I hear they're made with chicken lips. Chickens don't have lips. See? That's why I won't eat them. Okay. There's some logic for you. National Lottery Day. I think I'll pass. Yep, I'll pass. It's all right. Hey, you can't lose if you don't play. That's the way I look at it. Others will say, well, here the lottery's got commercials. Says, you can't win if you don't play. No, you can't lose if you don't play. Because if you play, the odds are, and I know everyone knows this, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Lose. Yeah, if you don't play, you can't lose. Hey, to each their own, man. I don't criticize those who like to get entertained with some gambling. I've gone to Vegas with my wife and for shows. And my friends, man, they're all over me. We went to the Venetian and we spent all of $20 on the one-armed bandits. My friends are like, what's the matter with you? You go to Vegas, you spend $20 in a casino? What's wrong? That's just not my bag, man. I work too hard for my money. And I started out being a newspaper boy, man. Every penny mattered. You know, I just can't do it. Something in me. I see it as an irrational task that I cannot benefit from. I can tell you I did see the entertainment. We did have fun. I can tell you what, me and Miss Honeybee, we spent $20 and we had a good long duration of entertainment playing with the cheapest slot machines they had there. It was fun. It was entertaining. It's not something I want to continue to do. We were in Vegas. We did what they do in Vegas. Well, we did some of what they do in Vegas. I don't know about to sound like a bore square, but it's just not my thing. Now, it's also World Emoji Day. World Emoji Day. Okay. That sounds like something to celebrate, I guess. Throw your emojis down, folks. We want to see them. Now, this one I'll have a hard time trying to understand. You folks can let me know. I'm not going to look it up, so I'm going to let the folks tell us if they have any idea what this is, because I am at a loss. National Yellow Pig Day. Let that one sink in. National Yellow Pig Day. I got to tell you, I've never eaten anything that's been yellow. You're yellow. I would imagine that pig might be offended if you told it that. Well, it might not know what the heck you're saying. National Yellow Pig Day. I don't know what that's about. If folk care to share, they'll let us know. Okay, here's one that reminds me of a movie. National Wrong Way Corrigan Day. National Wrong Way Corrigan Day. All right, they got me. I'll pick it and see what this is all about. National Wrong Way Corrigan Day. I imagine it's a person doesn't know what they're doing or where they're going, or they've got a they have a compass that's upside down. Something wrong. National Wrong Way Corrigan Day on July 17th commemorates the transatlantic flight of an Irish-American stunt pilot from Galveston, Texas, Douglas Corrigan, January 22nd, 1907 to December 9th, 1995. Okay. Gained notoriety for an unplanned transatlantic flight to Ireland on July 17th, 1938. Well, damn. He must have had a full tank of gas. That's all I got to say. Growing up as a boy, Douglas Corrigan's fascination with flight was not uncommon. Charles Lindbergh's transatlantic flight may have been the most impressionable moment in his young life. In 1938, the young stunt pilot flew from his home in California to New York. Upon his arrival, he asked for permission to duplicate his heroic, historic flight. Unfortunately, the flight service quickly denied his request due to the age of his 1929 Curtiss Robin aircraft. With only a magnetic compass, Corrigan advised officials he was returning to California. Interesting. According to the story, after takeoff, cloud cover prevented Corrigan from accurate navigation. Well, if you got a compass, that doesn't sound like a good excuse to me. When Corrigan dropped below the clouds hours later, he saw nothing but water. Okay, yeah, it might be an indication that you're in the wrong direction. Then Corrigan realized his navigation was off. Despite the confusion, he continued his journey. Surprisingly, 28 hours later, he landed in Ireland. Really? Why would you skip Iceland? He landed in Ireland, probably in somebody's field. Corrigan's story of his flight never faltered. Despite accusations that he secretly planned his flight, Corrigan held fast to his original explanation. Oh, yeah. Probably didn't want any fines. So there you have the story of what is National Wrong Way Corrigan Day. Do you feel like you're better now for it? That was an interesting story. Young lad from California flies to New York, then decides he's going to go back, but goes the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. How do they know where we're going? Now it's a one-way road, you imbecile. That's the wrong way that you're going. It's also National Peach Ice Cream Day. Can you get behind that one, Brent Monkhouse? National Peach Ice Cream Day. I think I'm going to get some of the fluid that is evacuated or can be evacuated by that other mammal over there. I will ingest the fluid from another mammal. Hey, that looks like some delicious stuff to drink. I wonder if it affects the receptors in all animals. All right. I'm getting off it. I'm sorry, Brent. I'm not messing with your ice cream, brother. I'm going to leave it alone. All right. Let's check out and see what's going on back in the chat with our dear friends here. Donks entered the room. Great to see you in here, Donks, man. We miss you, brother. We miss you. You say sleeping's for fools, but yet we're not seeing you often enough here, brother. It's endearing. Good to see you, man. Donks always adds something fun to the mix. I hope Donks will greet us with his presence in yet another way as well. Someday, maybe. Deadpool says volcano. Yep, and it might be lost on me which with the responses too. That could be for the moon story. It could have been from maybe it's his answer as to why he didn't stop in Iceland. Maybe there was a volcano. It may be an answer to numerous things. The moon could have been in response to Gobekli Tepe. Who knows? Brent says, does Spider know about Hot Dog Day? Public holiday. I don't know if I'd call it a public holiday. I could see the current administration declaring National Hot Dog Day a day to take off and have celebrations. That I could see readily in a stupor. National Hot Dog Day. Hot dogs are made from chicken lips. But God, chickens don't have lips. See, that's why I won't eat them damn things made with chicken lips. Some crosstalk in the chat. We got this the best group here at Catalano TV. It is a wonderful Wednesday. Happy National Potato Week. All right, donks. I'm on to you now, man. You've been hanging out with Eggplant Frank, sporting the nightshades. And now you're celebrating Potato Week every day. Is this your thing? Kind of like Jib saying Happy Monday, kind of like Terry Nee running around in his birthday suit all naked with his naked knees, getting wished happy birthday because he's in his birthday suit. You know, that's why everybody says happy birthday to Terry Nee, because he's always running around naked in his birthday suit. And people are like, Terry's naked. Happy birthday. Right? That makes sense. Somehow he can rationalize it. Forgive me, I don't know how I arrived at that, but I'm sticking to it. Hey, Reverend Freemason in Portland. How are you doing, friend? Just a great supporter of Catalano TV. Temporary bodyguard for the founder of Catalano TV when they were in Vegas. Mason, we really appreciate you here, brother. It's great to see you in here. Mason says, Reverend Freemason in Portland, as I like to call him, spiders showing up at DabbleCon 2 will be like when the Beatles first came to America. Man, I don't know, man. I'll tell you what. The ladies like Spider. They are quite fond of Spider. I know this. This is a fact. So yeah, he hopefully he's not engaged or something by at that time. Maybe he'll be a free man, so to speak, Reverend Freemason. When he gets there, and well, he may have an entourage of a harem, so to speak. Nice potato, hot potato, cold potato soup, and as my Italian friends would say, padana fagioli, potato and beans. Deadpool says you win at least $1 every time you don't play. Yeah, well, yeah, this is an excellent point. You know, if you want to look at terms of people like to look at terms of what wins are, right? None of them are looking at the net. None of them are looking at, this is how much I spent from the day I first decided to greet the one-armed bandit with some coinage. No one looks at it in terms of net, right, Deadpool? So yeah, I like your perspective. I think, yeah, you're winning. When I walk past the machine, that's the way I look at it, quite honestly. When I walk past the machine and I don't engage, or like I don't even play cards. Cards are fun. Guys getting together, playing the cards, smoking stogies or whatever. It's a lot of fun. And I've gone to card games and not played card games just because I'm not the best card player. I'm the guy when it gets to their turn that wants to think more. And a lot of people don't like that. So I go to the card games to hang out with my buddies, and I don't typically play. We'll smoke a stogie once in a great while. You know, maybe sip a little something. Have fun. You know, shooting the breeze. Talking with the old friends. It's a good time. But yeah, I think you've got the right idea there. You win at least $1 every time you don't play. Jesus Volcano, survival of the quickest. Yeah, okay, I see. Yep. Survival of the quickest. I got you totally. Yeah, the folks left. They left Göbekli Tepe because the rumblings of a volcano, the spewing of, say, ash for a volcano. There is a way to get away from something. If you see that, you're like, oh, could you imagine what they might have thought 12,000 years? Oh, the gods are after us, man. They're spewing this. This is coming from the gods, because we have no other rational way to explain it, because we don't know that we don't know. People were, and that's still the case today. A lot of us, and this includes all of us, we live in a certain amount of ignorance, and we're just not aware, right? We may have some thoughts or notions or beliefs that just don't jive with what reality is, but we're unaware of it. You can't at least accept that as one of the possibilities. Well, you can't get past it then, right? So thank you, Dead Fool, for making that a little more obvious to us. Jesus, volcano, survival the quickest. Hello. Tuck and roll, baby. Tuck and roll. That takes me back to South Park. Telling people, tuck and roll. If there's a volcano, tuck and roll. This shows them burning up from the ash and the lava flow. Magma. It's not funny anymore, LOL. It's not fun. It's not funny if you're near the volcano. I can assure you that. Hey, Waver. Yeah. Crosstalk. Yeah. And we're getting ready to roll down the show here pretty soon, actually, because Joey C and Kahuna Nui. We've got Morning with CC Joe. Morning show with CC Joe and Kahuna Nui. So let's see. I think we finished all the national days, and Brent Monkhouse wants to have his peach ice cream, I think. Could be, maybe not. It might be a little late for Brent to run out and get some peach ice cream. He might be able to get a peach cobbler if he can get to the shoe store. Oh, that's terrible, Kai. What's wrong with you? Okay, we got the Virgin Bell for one named Robert White. Robert White gets the Virgin Bell. First time in here, at least that I've noticed. Congratulations on receiving the Virgin Bell. I hope you don't feel offended. It's okay. It's not something to be ashamed of. There's a first for everything. First time for everything, right? Welcome in here. What's it all about? This show is all about you, and we've been waiting for you to show up so that we can find out what the show's about. Let us know, Robert. We're delighted to have you in here. It's Kai and Friends. Fun times. Waver crosstalk with Ram. Get ready to hit the surf, Waver, man. Gonna do some fishing out there by the shore too, brother. Yeah, Miss Honeybee again reminds us, please like and subscribe. She's kind enough to show the links for our channel at Ky Brancaccio YouTube. We have been kind of stagnant in terms of getting subscribers there, so we certainly appreciate you subscribing on the channel. We are stagnated at about 63 subscribers. We're trying to boost that. We've got just a tremendous boost from the endorsement from the founder of Catalano TV, Joey C., my dear friend, my brother, I'd rather say. And we appreciate it. So, yeah, if you can, subscribe to Catalano TV. Certainly hit the like button, folks. It goes a long way into helping. And we want to see our channel get monetized as well. I'm still here on Catalano TV. We have the Blues Lounge at 6 p.m. We have the happy hour on Fridays at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. We run the Blues Lounge with about 20 minutes, maybe more, of blues before the show starts and 20 minutes after the show. And then we have Saturday mornings at Catalano TV where we have a lot of fun with the folks. A lot of folks can participate that can't sometimes during the week. And so we have a lot of fun there. We start that out with about 20 or so minutes of blues. We finish that out too with 20 or so minutes of blues. It's just a good time. It's relaxing. It's fun. And it's a great hang. So, and of course we got Joey's show coming up here at 9 o'clock. You definitely want to check that out. we'll roll right into that. We certainly want to send all the folks, and you're on Catalano TV. May as well stay here at 9 o'clock. And Jerry asks, what is the name Ky short for? The name Ky is not short for anything. It is simply a short name. And it's an uppercase K and a lowercase y. I know Jake will come in here sometimes and say he loves Ky, and I always joke around that he's talking about Kentucky. He'll say, Kentucky is sexy. Stuff like that. You know? I'm not sure what's so sexy about Kentucky, but I'll let him go with it. Right? Great to see you in here, Jerry. I know you're going to appreciate when we play the outro because it's that blues music that you so love. The guitar, right? The guitar suckers us all in there, man. Love guitar. Hey, are you running around in your birthday suit again, Terry? Put some clothes on, brother. We'll still say happy birthday to you, but that doesn't mean you got to run around everywhere naked where everybody says, oh, look at him. He's in his birthday suit. Happy birthday. The rumor is that Terry Nee gets, everybody says happy birthday to Terry Nee because he's running around naked on all these different shows, and people see him naked and say, hey, he's in his birthday suit. Happy birthday. Are you digging that, Terry? Is that one working? I want to propagate that a little further out into other shows. Terry Nee is in the house and he is naked. He's naked in his birthday suit. So happy birthday, Terry Nee. I think it works well. You going to participate with that creative interpretation there, Terry? I think you will. Terry's a brilliant guy. Love the things he did with the video, speeding up Kahuna Nui's arm dance, slowing down Kahuna Nui's arm dance, speeding up Kahuna Nui's head dance, and slowing down Kahuna Nui's head dance. It was freaking brilliant. And Kahuna Nui's a great sport, man. He didn't have any problem with any of that. And I'm just the type of guy where if I think there's any way, shape, or form somebody's going to get offended, I want them to vet it first because I have no intention to do any ill will. That's just the way I roll, man. And Jerry says, my blues song, MTV 1988, I'm Not Your Man. Tom Conwell's Young Rumblers has similar guitar intro. Okay, interesting. We'll have to check that out. Yeah, check that out, folks. Jerry Lehane. It's always got something interesting to add. Really appreciate Jerry's participation. I can't wait till Joey has him on. I know Joey's going to do the christening of Jerry Lehane on Catalano TV at some point here. And we're delighted that you are participating. Thanks, Jerry. I'm going out the way I came in, says Terry Nee. In other words, naked. Terry Nee's got no clothes on. He's going out the way he came in. Well, that's not very Italian of you. You know, Italians got to, is that right? See, Italians got to go out the same door that came in. They can't go out a different door. There's superstition for some of them. Is that retarded? Well, I don't want to say that word. Returd. Turd is in defecation. Forgive the mispronunciations. These things happen on rare occasion. So Tyranny's going out the way he came in. Waivers, wishing sunshine and happiness to all. And he's going to be hanging 10 maybe soon. Surf's up and the fishing poles are out. That can be misinterpreted. Anyways, I want to thank you all for coming in here. I think that kind of wraps up the show. Ci vediamo, ciao, L'chaim Nostrovia, cheers. And, well, what's the other one? I think I got it. Oh, nope. No, that's not it. No. Yeah. Come on. And no laughs, nothing. Who is it?
Who is it? we see, laughing loud on TV. Ky with those guitar leads, Spider's drumbeat melody. Honeybee laughs and sneezes, good vibes always pleases. Kahuna knew we never slow, makes the good times flow. Catalano TV, fun for you and me. Epic jams every night, under the spotlight. Tunes that make you sway, watch the troubles fade away. Every note a celebration, join the blues sensation. Friends all gathered round, living in the sound. Joy in every beat, dancing in our seat. Catalano TV, fun for you and me. Epic jams every night, under the spotlight. That make you sway, watch the troubles fade away. Every note a celebration, join the blues sensation. Friends all gather round, living in the sound. Joy in every beat, dancing in our seat.